She's so funny. What did she send me? Oh, she sent me an Instagram picture. Somebody had to put on there, and it was they were jeans in the shape of a boot. I'm going to put on my jutes.
What are jutes?
The same as jorts, only they're jutes.
Jutes.
Yeah, jean boots. Jutes.
Jean boots?
Jutes. Yeah, that's what they were. It was a pair of boots that looked like jeans.
Oh, a pair of boots.
I'm putting on my
that
jutes.
Okay, that's funny.
That makes me think
funny.
if I saw a meme, a picture of someone wearing a fur coat and cowboy boots, and then the caption was, "This is the first time I've ever considered that boots with the fur isn't furry boots."
Boots with the fur.
In that song.
Yeah,
Oh,
but what were they wearing? Boots with...
Like a fur coat with cowboy boots.
Oh.
Boots with the fur.
Yeah. Huh. That's the first time I've considered that.
Yeah.
All right, so have we decided
that makes more
what we're
sense,
doing
actually.
Here?
I was like, who wears furry boots?
Exactly.
Furry
yeah,
boots
that's probably
with fur.
exactly what it meant.
I thought they were rimmed with fur like Santa
too.
boots.
Yes.
Rimmed
That's
with
what I
fur.
picture. But like not red or black, I guess. I don't know.
No.
Anyway.
Purple, maybe?
Yeah, something cool.
Are we all set?
Okay, I'm ready. Yeah, we're set.
Because if you're not set, none of us can go.
Right. That's
all
right.
over.
All hangs on you, Rachel.
That's right. It all depends on
Yep.
you.
I'm the glue, keeps us together, and
Okay.
gets us going.
You're the gushy center of our...
That's correct.
Not going to finish that analogy.
That is correct.
Okay.
That is correct. Well, welcome. This is Due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast with Dave, Rachel, and Forman. The podcast that's kind of like those It's Gonna Be May memes.
Yes.
Not that funny.
Yeah, but we got a lot of shares on that, so
Rachel,
it was good.
stop it.
I love it.
I could have said it's like those It's Gonna Be May memes, old and tired.
No, Justin Timberlake made a reel about it this year.
That's
even
exactly right, because
Oh,
I
my
just
God.
read a story about why they even sang the song that way, which tells me this whole thing has jumped the shark, nuked the fridge.
Yes.
It's over.
It's not over. It's like jump the shark. It's like a new
over.
thing now.
Stop it.
It's not
Stop
new.
it.
He
It's
made a reel about it, and Lance Bass made a reel about it.
Yeah,
Like,
and
they
guess
were
what
right
they did
into
last
it.
year on April 30th?
Yes.
I'm just
Again,
saying.
stop. Please
Well, I've
stop.
never seen Justin acknowledge it, so
Okay, I
just,
beg you.
I think it's still funny.
What was the story that the producers were Swedish or something, and they thought that that's how the word should be pronounced,
like that.
and he was
I
like,
don't know.
"Okay, if you
I
say
don't
so."
care.
No, I don't think so. Because
Yes.
in it, the other guy says me,
Yeah, I don't.
not May.
Yeah, all
Anyway,
right. Pour
whatever.
some sugar on May.
Yeah.
That one's funny. I like that one.
That one's funny.
Yes,
Okay.
that's new.
Yes.
The
now
other one
that
is hysterical because they all
Yeah,
get into
sure.
it. Anyway.
No, whatever.
Ugh.
Hey, by the way, don't forget this fine podcast is brought to you by Forman.
The Children's Oxford County Subchapter team that invites you to the Family Fun Day during Woodstock Minor Baseball's House League Ball Tournament coming up June 21st to 23rd, because they are dedicated to promoting the Children's Health Foundation in Oxford County, and particularly that Saturday, June 22nd at Southside Park in Woodstock. All the fund raised for all that family fun are going to the Children's Health Foundation.
Yay!
Yeah, so if you're in Oxford County, if your child needs to go to the hospital, Children's Hospital, it goes to the London Children's Hospital. So this is raising money for London Children's Hospital and the foundation there. So yeah, June 21st to 23rd at Southside Park in Woodstock. They've got lots of activities for kids, especially on the Saturday, the 22nd, June 22nd. Lots of activities for kids and families to participate in. There's, of course, baseball going on. You can watch some of the games. Maybe your kids are in some of the games. So you can go to that event, maybe contribute to the Children's Health Foundation there, because this is all to raise money for them.
A lot of families,
and we hope
I think,
they raise a lot.
Yeah, if you haven't had a situation yet and you live in Woodstock or Oxford County, like, you probably don't realize that's where you go. That's where your kids go. That's where they get cared for, is Children's Hospital in London. So this is very important to raise money for Children's Health Foundation, and Southside Park, June 22nd is where you want to be.
So I'm pretty sure you guys are aware of this, and because we all worked in this building, we used to work at the address was 743 Wellington Road South.
Send all your free stuff there.
Nobody's there now. I think it's for sale again.
It's for sale, or they're looking at.
They're making it a homeless hub. Or
well,
no, they're not.
They're
now?
looking at doing. I don't know. They were looking at doing that. That's not really why I'm discussing this. We spent a lot of time working in that building. A long time. Me in particular, most of my radio career was spent in that building.
All of my radio career was spent
really?
in that. Yes.
Wow.
Most of mine, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know whether I'm happy or sad for you. I didn't spend all of my time there.
Anyway.
There is so it used to be where CJBK started there. Moved out there sometime in the late 70s, I think. And then they applied for and got an FM license for CJBX, which is the radio station that we were happy to work for a number of years. And they were both in the building. And then there was a lot of sales, and we got sold and bought and everything. And then more radio stations moved into the building, like
CKSL,
CKSL, CIQM, which is, I believe, Virgin Radio now. CKSL is gone. CJBK is now gone. And we moved out of the building. Ended up, we spent our last year and a bit, I think, over at the TV studios.
Yep.
So someone's organizing a reunion of all of us that worked in that building. That worked.
Yeah.
Well, that
CJBK.
worked specifically at CJBK, I think.
Is it CJBK
Yeah.
or in? No,
Well,
I thought it was the building at 743 Wellington Road.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
okay.
I'm invited, and I've never specifically
No.
worked for CJBK.
I didn't work for CJBK at all, and I've been invited too.
All right.
My question is, should I or shouldn't I go? Because I hate reunions. I can't tell
Well,
you.
if I can go, I'll go, especially if you guys go. I think the day that it's on, we have 2 dance recitals, and I'm going to be at all day. So we'll see if I can make it afterwards. But
The
I
organizers,
think it would be fun. I think there's a lot of people going.
they describe it this way, that they have met many amazing people during our long, illustrious careers in radio.
Yes.
We thought it would be a great time to get people together to celebrate this amazing industry and reminisce about days gone by, especially since legacy radio station CJBK went off the air in June.
Right.
The original idea was to
that
plan
long
a reunion
ago?
for people who worked with them over the years at 743 Wellington Road South. But then we decided to open it up to encompass people who were in the radio course at Fanshawe at the same time we were in the 80s and 90s, and others we met along the way. Blah, blah, blah,
So there's going to be
etc.
lots of people I don't know.
So it's,
That's
yeah,
before
there's
my
4
time.
radio stations plus Fanshawe grads through over a couple of decades.
Yeah.
So Dave, you'll know lots of people. Why don't you go? I know
Be-
you won't go because I know you hate doing stuff
Because
like that.
I would know lots of people. Why would I want to go to something where I
What
know
would
lots
you
of people?
rather? What are you going to do otherwise?
On a sunny June day?
Right.
Lots.
Like,
I could
go
find
to a
it-
party.
What?
It's a party.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's
a
not
fun party.
It's not a.
There's no cost to attend. There
Right.
will be a cash bar and
Okay,
food
well-
available to purchase, and we invite
Okay.
you to bring any and all memorabilia you have.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll bring Dave.
Yeah. See? That's exactly what I'm talking about. As soon as you start talking about
Bam.
memorabilia, like that's it. Like
You're
me,
it.
that's it. I show up. I'm memorabilia. I just don't.
I'm memorabilia.
I don't know.
All your friends will be there. People you worked with.
What
like,
do you mean, all my friends?
you'll
You are
know
the only
people.
2 friends I have.
Oh my god! You didn't have friends before us. Like, come on. You
Well,
did.
I'll go if you go.
You had all the
Oh.
boys that would hang out together, and you'd
What,
go
what
for
boys?
I don't
what
know,
boys
like
did I
Steve
hang out with
Garrison.
and
You would
go-
hang out with, and maybe
Yeah.
would Rich
Talk
Grevin
to-
be there? I don't know.
I used to talk to them in the hallway.
Yes.
I never
So
didn't
you
hang
work
out
with these. You spend lots of time with these people.
I didn't hang out with any of them. I don't
Okay,
think
I don't
did.
know. Well,
don't think I
fine,
did.
don't go. I don't care. I mean, if you're gonna go and be grumpy about it, don't go.
I'm not going to go and be grumpy. Why would I go and be
Because
grumpy?
Forman, are you gonna go, Forman?
If Dave does.
You're only gonna go if
All
Dave
right.
does.
Well,
What if
could
I
s-
go?
Well, that might.
Well, I'll go if you go.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. It's
Oh.
3 to 8, and then there's, an after party after 8.
Sure.
wait a minute. Now, are you coming, Rachel, or not?
I will come if I can. Yeah, if I'll probably be later in the evening or night. Yeah.
See, Foreman, I think actually you've upped it. That makes it more appealing to me. Not necessarily that you're not going to be there, Rachel. Please don't take it that way. I find it appealing that Foreman's going to be there because remember when we did that? Oh, how many years ago was that? The company sent us all down. There were radio stations from all across Eastern Canada.
Yeah.
And we all congregated. We all worked for Big Blue or whatever they're called, Bell. and so we congregated in Niagara-on-the-Lake. They put us up for the night, and then we spent the entire day working on things and learning things.
That's where I first met my soon-to-be competitors in Halifax, as it turns out. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we sat at separate tables.
Turns out you have to learn how to be a radio jock. It's not just there's actually a skill to it.
Yeah,
well,
so
they flew in all kinds of bigwigs and consultants and
did.
Americans and all get to teach us how to be better morning shows.
Yeah, they just wanted us to be better at what we did, and I thought it was. I thought we all learned quite a bit that day.
I still use those notes.
Yeah.
I use those notes all the time that I took at that
it was
day.
A long
Good for
day.
you.
It was a long day of trying to take all of this stuff in. But I remember afterwards, Foreman. Remember after they said, "Hey, everybody, up to the the top floor of the hotel where there's a open bar. Let's go up to the top." And then they wanted us because they wanted us to introduce ourselves, the morning shows, to all the other morning shows. Everybody got up and told everybody a little bit that they did on the radio, and I think we got up and said we do good idea, bad idea, or whatever it was.
Right.
But Foreman and I don't know whether Rachel was involved.
Yes, she was.
Was she? Okay.
100%.
There was a lot. There was some beer involved, and we sat there and just criticized all the other radio shows. You remember doing that?
We just giggled to ourselves.
I don't know.
And we're told to shush several times because other shows were presented.
You were getting louder and louder.
Our boss was there.
Yeah,
she didn't like that. I think that was the beginning of the end for us.
Well, maybe could have been,
but that was before COVID. Back when Big Blue was investing in their talent.
Well, yeah, and it was.
We were on a great path at that time.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite times, though. Just sitting there going,
so how does that relate to this reunion?
Well,
you're only going to come
do that at this.
We can do that again.
Foreman and I can
we'll just sit in the corner and talk about everybody else.
Yes. Okay, maybe I'm in. All right, you've convinced me. Maybe I'll go. This is Due to Underwhelming Demand with Dave, Rachel, and Foreman, or as we like to call it, Podcasto de Mayo.
Podcasto de Mayo?
Ay.
We're a little late on that.
My girls asked me recently, what's Cinco de Mayo? And I'm like, I don't know. I think you just go and eat tacos. And I'm not really sure what it's for.
You're not going to tell them
it's
about
a celebration of Mexican culture.
Tequila?
Well,
cerveza?
Mama drinks a margarita.
Okay.
I wasn't going to say that because I would be very polite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Really? Right.
Yeah.
That's new.
Wait a minute. Is that a segue?
That it is. Because when you talk to someone you aren't such good friends with, like us three obviously are,
obviously,
you're going to be putting on your polite pose, your polite voice, your polite responses, right? And that's exactly what Ashley found her situation in, because she goes the extra mile to be very polite to others.
I feel that.
She's got great public manner that way.
She does.
Okay.
Yes, your wife, Ashley. That's right.
Yes. But can you go too far when being polite with others?
I think...
yeah, you don't want to be a doormat.
No.
Yeah, but I think I have always tried, and I get sometimes from time to time, because for years I was very uncomfortable when someone would say, "Hey, I love your, I love your radio show," or "I love your," when I would be out doing, maybe I'm shopping, maybe, and I don't know this person, and my wife would always say, you got to look them in the eye, and you got to be very nice to them, and all of that stuff, and I was like, I thought I did. Well, yeah, but I said, well, it makes me, I get very uncomfortable because I don't know what to say, and I'm grateful. Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
And so I learned, over the years, I had to learn how to go, oh, thank you so much. And with that in mind, I've also, because you get that minor little bit of celebrity, I always try to be polite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just in case.
I was in that
Just in case.
situation.
Yeah. Hold doors,
Yeah.
do all of that
Mhm.
stuff just in case.
Yesterday, I went into the Elmwood Family Dental Center
Mhm.
to get my
Okay.
teeth cleaned.
Mm-hmm.
And Nicole is a receptionist there. And right
Mhm.
away, she says, "Are you Forman from BX93?"
Why, I sure am.
Jeez, after all these years.
Can I get the door for you? But that's how it works.
What can I
right?
help you with?
Yeah. What can
And then I got to know Nicole is about to marry Ryan, by the way, and they just had a
Okay.
wedding shower on the weekend.
Oh,
And-
all right.
They're having a wedding this summer at her parents' property near Belmont, and the reception
Oh,
is at
nice.
Queso Station.
Oh, nice.
Lovely. Okay.
Now I know all that about Nicole and Ryan.
See?
Cool.
How polite am I? To
Well,
Yes.
get
very
on to
polite.
everyone else now.
Very
yes,
polite.
very nice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But if you're talking to someone like that, where it's not in our situation, but say you see them all the time,
Mhm.
say they're a parent of another child that your child interacts with on a regular basis. So
Mhm.
you know them, you see them at events. I mean, you're not close personal friends, but you chat with them once in
Yeah.
a while.
Mhm.
And what if that person's very hard to hear? Like they talk a little bit quietly
Oh,
so that you don't want to be rude by saying, "Pardon?
Yeah.
Can you
all
speak
the
up?
time.
Pardon?
Mhm.
Say that again." So maybe you might be like Ashley and you smile and nod at what they're saying.
Right. You just
Okay.
pretend that you hear them.
Okay.
Mhm.
I assume that person gets that a lot, but they don't know it. I assume this
Perhaps.
happens to that person a lot,
And then
but they probably don't
perhaps-
realize.
No, because
They're
then
just like,
perhaps that's-
everyone's very agreeable.
Yes. Every time I
Everyone
say
agrees with
something,
everything
people
I
just
say.
nod.
People
Yeah.
nod and smile.
And then the next event that your child and their child are at the same thing together,
Mm.
say I'm there instead of Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
And this other parent is also there. And then she comes up and gives me a bag of clothes and says, "Oh, your wife knows what this is all about, so here you go."
Uh-oh.
So she doesn't know.
And then I come home and say, "Hey, Ashley, I have this bag of clothes. I got it from this person." And
Uh-huh.
Ashley says, "Why?"
Uh-oh.
She doesn't know.
Doesn't have a single clue why
Uh-oh.
who got the
For.
clothes.
That's
Whose
so
clothes?
bad.
Do they fit your
And I-
kids?
That's so
It
bad.
definitely came. She says, "Well, it must. I was talking to her the other night. It must have come up in that conversation, but I couldn't quite hear."
That's a whole conversation she missed. That's not like a sentence or two.
No, there's
like
a lot
that's
in there.
full-on agreement of some kind that
There's
Ashley
a lot.
totally
That's a
missed.
lot. Yeah. So,
How big are are the clothes the size of your kids?
Well, we figured out. No, they're
Or
from
are
her.
they-
Her daughter is a year older than ours and quite a bit taller. So they're
Okay.
those child's hand-me-downs, so Harley can wear.
Oh, okay.
oh,
So
you don't.
it's
Yeah.
not for you to pass on somewhere else because
No.
that would have been awkward if you were
Wait-
supposed to pass
Yes.
them on and then
Wait
she
a
sees
second.
Harley wearing
You don't
like
even
your...
know that. You don't. You how do you, you're just trying to figure this
We're
out.
piecing this
Uh-huh.
together.
You're
That
piecing this
seems like
together.
it's what it is. Yeah.
What
Okay,
if
all right.
what if she then the next time you see her starts saying stuff and is looking for I don't know cash money
Right.
where's my money?
Yeah, did Ashley agree to buy these clothes?
Yeah.
She doesn't know.
Have you checked to see whether there are any issues,
my
any
God.
holes in the clothes? Maybe Ashley's
Mm.
supposed to repair them.
Is
You
she-
don't know.
She agreed
Maybe
to
she
sew
asked
them.
if she
Yeah.
was a seamstress.
You don't know.
Yes, that's true.
Probably.
You don't know. They could be
Maybe
for
she's
anything.
supposed to repair them and give them back.
Yeah.
I
And
believe
yet-
afterwards, Ashley sent a polite text message to this person to say, "Oh, thank you for the clothes."
That's right.
Right.
Okay.
And then the response was, "Oh, great! I'm glad they fit," or something like that.
Oh.
So
Okay, so that gives
Well, that's a little bit of a clue there.
it's a
What
clue.
relief.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's still not the whole story.
Yeah.
So you're not giving
Wow.
them back. That's what we can like.
don't
That's what
think
I
so.
deduce from that.
No,
You don't have to give them back.
no.
Wow,
no.
this is quite a mystery.
Maybe she just gave them to you on consignment.
Sell them and
So
give
you
us
don't know.
money. Yeah.
You don't know.
No. I
Yeah.
just pray this never comes up in conversation in person ever again.
Hopefully you guessed the right thing and that was it. Like
So
because
far, so good.
if Ashley or if Harley shows up wearing these clothes in front of the other mom and the mom's like, "What is she doing
why
wearing
is she-
those?"
why is she
wearing
those?
that?
Yeah.
That's
That's right.
awkward. Okay. I would get myself into some kind of situation like that for sure. Because
Yeah.
I will talk to people. I get caught by, salespeople in the mall who try and get your attention. Hey, do you want to try? Da-da-da. And Jeremy
And
keeps
you chat
walking.
with them?
Oh God, I get caught every time. And Jeremy's like, why do you talk to those people? And I'm like, I can't help it. He's like, you can just keep walking. I'm like, no, that's so rude. And
See, but again, I feel like it all now. Maybe not so much in your case, because I think you're more prone to doing that. But that happens to me all the time, and Jan will say to me, "Why do you say anything?"
Yes,
Just
that's what
keep
Jeremy
up.
says.
And I'm because I can't.
I can't help it.
They're
They're talking to me. I'm going to talk back. They're looking for a sucker, and I'm it.
No, I usually will go. I will say
True.
something like, when we're in Mexico, if you're walking down, if you happen to be in an area where they're selling stuff,
Yeah.
you get it's constant.
Yeah,
Hey,
of course.
senor. Hey, Canadian boy, or whatever you're wearing. They'll say something to you because they
Right.
want to sell you something, and I'm always like, no, senor,
Yeah.
gracias, right? And Janet just is making a beeline, and then
She just
always
ignores
says
them.
to me, "Why do you talk to them?"
I
I'm
can't
like,
ignore them. I have
yes.
to. I have to say hello back.
Yes.
Sometimes I'll be like, no, gracias, whatever. And I'll say that,
No.
whatever you say. But I have to talk back to them because that's rude. I feel
I
would
listen-
totally get caught in an Ashley situation.
No, I listen to the pitch at the front door when they come to the door.
Oh, I
will
know.
listen.
Oh,
I'll
no.
And I
listen to the
stand
Don't.
there and I'm like,
I
yeah,
wait
no, I'm
for
not
the-
interested.
Yeah,
That's what the
but I-
peephole is for. So you can see if it's a salesperson, and then you
I don't have
just
a
don't
peephole
answer.
at my door.
Yeah,
don't have that.
okay. All right. Well, with that in mind, then Forman, maybe
We're about to find out how many parents from the swim team listen to this. Is all I can say.
This is due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast with Dave, Rachel, and Forman, the podcast that you should give to your mom on Mother's Day. And then stand back in case she throws something at you. Okay? Calls you cheap and ungrateful.
Yeah, the blender you thought would be a good present.
That's right.
No, but I think we learned, and I think I've said this before, the
Right.
hard way, not to buy appliances for your mother.
No kitchen appliances.
No
No.
kitchen appliances allowed.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the
Yeah.
same note, by the way, happy 70th birthday this coming weekend to my father-in-law, Barry.
Oh,
how
70.
nice.
Wow, what a
Yeah.
milestone.
All
Happy
right.
birthday, Barry.
If any birthday is going to trump Mother's Day, it's got to be this one this weekend, right? Right, Marlene?
Ooh.
No, probably not.
You'll have
Shouldn't
to
have
do
said that.
two different parties.
I'm not
Hopefully they don't
Yeah.
listen to this until after the party
sure.
happens.
Maybe. You better hope that. You better
All
hope
right,
that.
well, let's just
kidding.
segue right out of that and into Rachel's fun facts.
Oh!
I really do think those are fun facts. Rachel?
See, Scotty likes them.
Okay, well, at least somebody does.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, I've got a couple of space fun facts, and I know Forman loves space, so we'll start with those, okay?
It's a
Space-
double layer Tales from Space fun facts.
Space,
Okay.
yeah, fun facts. That's
okay,
right.
so this is okay.
Fun
Are
facts
the-
from
are these-
space.
From
Are
Space.
these okay? Are these in fact fun?
I think so. Yeah.
Are they at least factual?
I think so. Yes, they're factual. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Sometimes that comes into question too.
Yes, it does.
Okay, slow your roll there. Thank you.
Okay, here we go.
Did you know scientists have created a perfume that smells like outer space? Because none of us really know, but scientists can figure it out. The perfume is described as smelling like gunpowder, seared steak, raspberries, and rum. A little burning, a little sweet.
That's also.
That's what it smells like out there. No?
So it
Okay,
basically
fine.
smells like five guys playing poker. Like what do you?
Smells like burning and then a little
Yeah.
bit sweet. Rum and raspberries.
Rum
right?
and raspberry. Okay.
A little sweet
All right.
there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
fine,
really
fine,
fun.
fine.
That's
This
Like a
one's
night
kind
out
of-
at Fallsview.
That's what it is.
All right. Well, I've
Sure.
never smelled
Classy.
that there, but
Yeah.
sure. The gravity around a black hole is so warped, and this
How
is kind of
warped
mind.
is it?
Yeah, it's a little mind blowing.
Okay.
The gravity around a black hole is so warped that if you could get to the next one, the light would orbit around it, and you'd be able to see the back of your own head.
Sorry,
I
could
don't
you-
even know what that means.
Yeah, could you read that again? That's just.
The gravity around a black hole is so warped that if you could get to the next one, The light would orbit around it, and you'd be able to see the back of your own head. It's all just perception.
Sorry,
It's
I
all
don't.
just.
You know that.
You can't get to the next one.
Well, I know, but they've figured out that if you could, this is what it would do. Space is wild, man. Space is wild.
I mean, I don't. That made me laugh. I will say that,
Okay,
but only
fine.
because I don't even really know.
Because I don't really understand it.
I don't understand any of that.
Because I'm not a. Anyway.
I'd
All
like
right.
to see Matthew McConaughey act that out in his
Yeah.
next space
Yeah,
movie.
you can
Oh.
see the back of your head.
I mean,
Okay, sure.
that's kind of cool to think
Whoa.
about. Okay, I got
Is
a couple of basketball
I
facts.
feel like if I'm seeing the back of my head, it's not kind of cool, Rachel.
Well,
No.
it's how you'd. I don't know.
You can't
Perception
randomly
and
throw out kind of cool in certain
Depends what
That's
you've been
cool.
doing that evening, you know?
If I'm seeing the back of my head, does that mean the front of my head has come off? Like, you have to think that through. It's
I
not
don't
that-
know.
I don't know.
No,
If it's
it's just
cool.
that it would. The light would orbit, and then you'd. Anyway, I don't know. Okay.
All right. That's
The shortest career, a couple of basketball facts for you. The shortest career for anyone who's played in the NBA is Jamison Curry. And he played 3.9 seconds for the LA Clippers in 2010. And that was it. His whole career in the NBA, 3.9 seconds. Jamison Curry.
well, at least he can say he
At least he did it,
he
right?
played in the NBA.
Okay. On the other end of things, who played a lot of games in the NBA, Michael Jordan. After Michael Jordan scored a career high 69 points in one game,
69.
69.
his
Nice.
teammates, Stacey King, his teammate.
Speaking of lasting 3.9 seconds.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go. Okay.
That'll do it, eh?
Thank
After Michael Jordan scored a career high 69 points in one game, teammate Stacey King said, "I'll always remember this night as the night that Michael Jordan and I combined to score 70 points."
That's very funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Okay, did you know that the word bed looks like a bed? All in lowercase.
Huh.
That's not fun. I thought that was kind of fun. That's cool. It does look like a bed.
Did you know that the D can see the back of the B
Yeah.
in a black hole?
In a black hole. How about that?
Okay. Like
If it had eyes.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Your dog, if you have a dog, I know you guys have had dogs. You don't now. I have a dog now.
Mhm.
Your dog probably dreams about you. According to researchers, dogs likely dream about their owners' faces, smells, and pleasant experiences they've had with them.
Okay.
So we know my dog's not dreaming about Jeremy then.
No, that's
She
true.
still hates him.
No.
That's the nightmares where they're barking and running in the
Yeah,
sleep.
yeah.
So she growls at him
Yeah.
daily. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
she just doesn't like him at all.
Okay.
A snollygoster. I've never heard of that name, or it's a noun. It's a thing. It's a person, actually. Snollygoster. It's a
Pardon?
a snollygoster. SNOLLYGOSTER. Snollygoster.
Use it in a sentence.
It's a politician whose actions are motivated by self-interest rather than morals. That politician is a snollygoster. That's what you would.
The one who's trying to be president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
Oh, a lot of them.
That's,
That
Right.
seems like a
Snollygoster.
far too tame of a word. for-
Yeah, we
Some
do
of them.
think.
Snollygoster.
Yeah,
Well,
I think
there's an
this-
actual word anyways for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And it only
gray-
has 4 letters.
Yes. Yes. Gray hairs. You'll be happy to know about this one. This is this is kind of a fun fact because it's a good fact. I think we all will like this one.
Good fact.
Gray hairs.
What cannot be fun about getting gray hair?
Uh-huh.
Well, if they turn back to their regular color, they can
What?
naturally regain their color when we feel less stressed. Just meditate,
I can-
be very zen.
I can tell you right now, that ain't happening. I listen. I don't know who told you that, but it's
This is not reversing.
It's
Not reversing.
not a
No.
thing.
All
It's
right.
not a thing.
All right, last one. Forgetting minor details. If you forget minor details sometimes, like the name of a person you just met, It
Mhm.
actually helps your brain maintain efficiency by prioritizing more important information. So we all know Dave must have a very efficient brain.
Very efficient brain. That's right.
Yeah. You've got all the important information
Yeah,
right
that's
up
right.
there,
It's
Dave.
Time
right,
for
it's-
your bullshit, like
Yeah.
your name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dave
That's
forgets your
exactly
face,
right.
too.
I don't even know your
He
face.
doesn't even
Yeah.
remember your face.
Well,
No.
It's not important.
No. No.
Not name nor face.
I'm too busy organizing things up here. Leave me alone.
Too busy trying to look at the back of my own head.
This is Due to Underwhelming Demand. It's a podcast. It's Dave, Rachel, and Forman. It's very easy to advertise with us. Very, very easy to advertise.
Yeah,
with
you
us.
can email us anytime. Dave, Rachel, Forman at gmail.com. We've got prices for every budget, starting at $75 an episode. So if you are looking for a place to advertise, and the ad stays in the episodes forever.
Mhm.
So it's there forever. It's in perpetuity. It doesn't run out at any point, like
Much
some other
like how
places.
if you're looking for a place for family fun, June 22nd, Southside Park in Woodstock. Family Fun Day during Woodstock Minor Baseball's
right.
House League Ball Tournament.
That's
There you
right,
go.
and they're raising money for the Children's Health Foundation. Now that's a bonus ad because we only promised one, but you get two in this episode.
See?
So
So.
it's a little bonus. Little
All the
bonus for you.
freebies. You
Yeah.
get.
so-
We aim to please.
Yeah,
we aim
Dave-
to please
Dave, Rachel, Forman at gmail.com. Get a hold of us if you would like to advertise.
anytime, or you can email us just to let us know what you think of an episode or what your feedback on something.
Yeah, so if
We'd
you have
love
any-
that.
Or if you have any questions or are
Mhm.
wondering things, contact us. 'Cause
Absolutely.
This is the point in the podcast where we hear from people that listen.
That's
So,
right.
Yes. We were
Foreman, what
talking
do you
about
got?
the Scholastic Book Fairs in a previous episode.
Yeah.
Janine says, "Oh, I'm so relieved to be done with those flea market book fairs."
Oh. Actually, we have one coming up soon, and the kids are all like, "Oh, can I have money? Can I have money?" I'm like, "Oh, okay." Yeah,
Trina
fine."
says,
I'm like,
"Oh,
no more
Kendall."
pens. No
Yeah,
more
well,
pens.
on that topic, Trina says, "Oh, Kendall, I agree. Those dang book fairs. I cringe when I get that flyer home from my kid's school."
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And I know that when you buy from the book fair, it raises money for the school to buy more books for the library there. So I support it.
It's one of those
I support
things
it.
you support it, but then you end up with no books.
Yeah. Like you
know.
can here's some money, but don't buy it. I said to my kids, I'm like, no pens, no erasers, no markers, no highlighters, and no posters. And Julia's like, no posters. What? I'm like, okay, fine. You can buy a poster.
What?
Posters or books. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Nothing else.
Nothing else.
On Spotify, someone with the handle Living the Lucy Life left us a comment on Spotify,
Nice.
which you can do anytime you want.
Sure.
And Lucy, I suppose your name would be, says, "While I'm in the same boat as you guys about composting our beloved ones."
Oh.
Mhm.
What did we talk? Why were we talking
No,
about that?
because that was the law. and
Composting grandpa
It was
or
a,
something?
it was a headline, and it was
Grandpa in the
Right.
garden.
Yeah,
Grandpa
Grandpa
in the
in the garden
Yeah.
law. That was it.
Yeah, she says, "I was slightly miffed that it was called the Grandpa in the Garden bill."
Mm,
Yeah.
mhm.
What about the grandmas?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Somebody's always offended. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Gotta stuff
Fair
her in the
enough.
garden too.
Yeah, because Grandpa tends to go before Grandma most of the
Well,
time.
it depends.
You know.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
We have another comment on Facebook Messenger from Ginger.
Okay.
Ginger.
Great.
Hi guys and girls. This one is for Dave.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. All right.
Yes. When my dad showed me his precious lawn he cares for in the heart of the Beaver Valley, I immediately thought of you and your love for the big blue and red conglomerates that have taken over your lawn.
Yes.
Well, check this out. It's a couple of pictures that's a wide shot of the yard and shows all the dirt turned up all over the place, and then a close-up. And this is big piles of dirt on his
Uh-huh.
beautiful, pristine lawn.
Oh,
Oh,
been there,
my.
been there, been there.
And guess what did it, she says? A raccoon!
Oh,
a raccoon
no.
did all that?
Yeah.
you
Oh,
got-
it wasn't even
Oh, you-
man-made.
No.
You've got grubs.
Oh,
you tell them
yeah.
that's grubs.
A
That's
lot
what
of
you-
them then, if it's
Raccoons,
that bad.
raccoons and skunks, they do that.
Well, since
Yes.
taking those
Get some
pictures,
nematodes.
Ginger
Mm.
says he mostly fixed it and caught the raccoon in a live trap.
Okay.
boy.
Thought he was done
Yeah.
until it happened again.
Oh, no.
He's
No.
so not impressed.
No,
No.
it shouldn't be. No.
Oh, my
Yeah,
gosh.
that's no fun. I haven't really had issues with that, but I know at the golf course I play at, there's a certain time of year where all of a sudden you'll see chewed up parts of the fairway, and that's what they're looking for.
Yeah, the
That's what
grubs.
they're after.
I know, we just got
Absolutely.
a deck done a few weeks ago, and now twice in the last week I've seen a big, very well-fed rabbit in our yard.
I got lots
boy.
of
I'm thinking,
those.
oh, he's probably living under there.
Yeah. No, I got
Oh yeah,
lots.
we have rabbits and cats actually
we
under
got
our
rabbits.
shed.
Yeah, rabbits.
Yes, they had kittens back there.
Oh.
Oh my god, it was.
I
yeah.
chased them out. Get out! Get
Yeah,
out!
I can't let Roxy out because the cats will kill Roxy for sure. She's such a wimp.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, now we have one of our favorite moments of almost every podcast. We have some pending voice memos from Scotty.
Okay,
all right,
great.
let's hear it. Let's go.
There are 2 remaining here that none of us have listened to yet. So
No.
All right, let's have
We'll
it.
at least play one and see what happens.
Cold.
Let's see
Yeah.
what we get.
Yeah, okay.
'Kay.
Here we go.
Hi, I just wanted to call about Rachel's story about her daughter writing her name in invisible ink on the wall.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, had you already told her the story about your sister that carved her name into the table, and that was forever her spot at the table? Maybe she thinks if she writes her name on the wall, that it's her house. You know. Like, maybe she was hoping you'd never see that, and then somewhere down the road, you're like, get out of my house, and then she'd fire up the black light, and, oh yeah, this is my house.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, get the... Anyway.
I can't remember if she knew it, but she might have known about that. I
Yeah.
feel like we were talking about that actually,
Mm,
so she
yeah.
might have known that ahead of time.
Okay. All right.
Do you want to hear one more?
I'll be
Yeah.
asking for money if she kicks me out.
Okay, sure. Let's do it. One more.
One more.
I wanted to comment on the story about the guy who kept getting sent pizza
Mm.
that he didn't order,
Mm-hmm.
and how Rachel had thought that it was funny at first because she didn't think it was malicious. And when she said malicious, it reminded me of the 90s pop band D-Light and their song Groove is in the Heart and the lyric from that song. So if a person were to do that, they could say, I've sent you free pizza. It's not vicious or malicious, just lovely and delicious. Sorry.
Scotty, you had a drive-through?
He was at a drive-thru, I think.
Sounds like
Yeah.
he's in a warehouse.
Grooves in the heart. Yeah, love that.
All right. By
Thank
the
you,
way,
Scotty.
somebody actually on TikTok messaged us about the pizza thing.
Oh, really?
Also, okay.
Yeah.
That pizza thing is a big,
Yeah,
everybody.
Ainsley said, I once sent our pizza to the house where my ex, then boyfriend, was cheating on me with his side chick. Ooh.
Oh, that's a good one, actually.
That's
This is what we
fantastic.
normally eat together.
Ooh.
Here you go, guys.
Ooh.
That's a message.
Yeah.
I like that, Ainsley. Good on you. Good for you.
Poor delivery driver caught in
Yeah,
the middle of
that's
that.
true.
You're caught in the crossfire.
God, you don't want to be the delivery person.
Well.
Perils of the job.
Mhm.